This has been a lot of fun looking at some of the old drills that I used to do, and we still use them to this day. Some of the drills have been modified slightly, but some of these just make up the core of what we do for some of the fighters. Not everybody wants to be a high kicker, especially when we moved on to more of a self-defense and a practical application, but for athletes and for people who do want to kick, these drills are very valuable.
One that I see all the time people doing is the hurdler stretch, old school. It's good. However, it's bad when you lean forward. Why? You put so much pressure on your knee. It's not necessary. Lean back, take a chill. Put your arm out, relax. You can also do the PNS stretching here as well. I can dig my foot as if I'm throwing that kick. I'm going to dig it in nice and hard, anywhere between 5 to 7 seconds. Pull it out a little further, 5 to 7 seconds. Pull it out a little bit further, 5 to 7 seconds. One knee. One knee, one stable hand, reaching around with the other, pulling up. If you can balance and straighten yourself out, all the better. You'll notice that when you're here, you really feel it down your IT band. This is the important part. You can also lean forward. Try not to allow this knee to move over the toes. This is important. You really want this knee to toes almost never going over. You want it to be within alignment. So when you're doing this, you can move your foot out if you're going to be moving into it. This also hits your hip flexor, your iliopsoas, which is great for your lower back because it connects through your hip into your lower back at L3, L4 discs. Leaning forward really hits that hip flexor. If you're daring, you can switch hands and pull it away from you slightly. Don't extend it too much, but just in alignment is a really good stretch for your quadriceps. You can still tighten it up. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, all the way to 7 to get that extra stretch. Okay, guys, we went ahead and gone over a few of the basics. Now let's get into the hip function. It's really important that if you want good mobility, it all starts with the hips. You have gluteus medius, gluteus maximus, and piriformis obturator. These are the three major hip muscles that you're going to be using in order to stabilize yourself and to generate power with. To get into these positions, first and foremost, I really like the butterfly position because you get a lot of different muscle groups all at the same time. Now, for our PNF stretching, when it comes to full range of motion, this is very, very important. What I like to do is, again, be in the butterfly position, chest up, good posture, arms out in a wing formation and letting yourself go all the way down. Pulling yourself through this entire range of motion, not ballistically. I don't want you guys to do this in a rapid fire way that you can hurt your muscles. I want you to go smooth and easy all the way down and all the way up. Doing this anywhere between 5 to 7 times and then chill dogging it out about right in this position and letting your muscles acclimate to the stretched position. That's going to give you a lot of benefit. The next position I wanted to talk about, you have, I call it the S position. There's a couple ways people do it. They keep their heels really close to their body. Some people feel this, some people feel it better if you kick your heels out a little bit more. When you do so, it's all in the way that you position your torso. Torso is important. The way I like to start off is bringing my belly button towards my knee. The degrees in which you move are going to hit different muscle groups. For instance, here is going to be a different muscle group than here and here. And you'll feel that band as we move around. Gluteus medius, gluteus maximus, piriformis obturator. So, again, from this position, just go down, this is the easy one, down to the chest, and you can do the same drills that we were doing before. Bringing yourself up in a smooth motion, anywhere between 5 to 7 times, and then relaxing onto that last one. You'll notice every time you do it, you sink down deeper and deeper. It's kind of like magic in a way. Now we're going to bring from here to here. I recommend, you don't have to do it, but I strongly recommend that you bring yourself back up before changing position. Some people, because everyone's a little bit different, will actually catch your muscles will catch and it doesn't feel very good. So come back up and straight down. Now we're going over the shin, right over the shin. And just chilling in this position, doing the same motion that you just did. From here, doing that anywhere between 5 to 7 times, and then chillaxing in this position. Okay. Next one is the foot. Now we're starting to get a little bit tighter, and we're gonna go here. If you're not feeling it, again, kick that leg away from your body. Guarantee you'll feel it. I want to talk to you guys now about having high kicks. A wet noodle is very flexible. I can smack somebody with a wet noodle, but it's not very strong. Building your strength and power with your flexibility are two different things completely. And the way I'm going to show you now is the way it was taught to me, and it builds a lot of power in your flexibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into a gymnastic straddle position. Very simply, it's just this open split position. We're here. Now, I'm not showing off. If I was showing off, I'd be here or I'd be up on 2 chairs while I do this. I don't have any reason to do the Jean-Claude Van Damme right now. So open up what's comfortable for you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, oh my God, I'm about to die, I'm about to split in half, you should only be at a 7. When you're at a 7, it should be just a little bit, it should be comfortable, but doing some good. And you'll feel what that means. It should actually feel good to you. It's kind of like if you ever itch your tooth, your gum, you know, you clean your teeth, you floss, it kind of hurts, but it kind of feels good at the same time. That's what we're looking for. I hope I'm in frame right now, because what I'm going to do is do the same exact thing by pulling myself through the range of motion. Remember I talk about PNF stretching, but this is through the entire range of motion. And what we're going to do is simply this. You can still do the one where you dig your heels into the ground. Dig your heels into the ground. You can bring your legs forward as if you're going to be digging them to the ground in this way. Very strong. The next thing you can do is dig both your heels down at the same time. Again, going to give you different feels for each one. The one that feels the tightest is the one you should work on the most. Keep this in mind. Now, we're going to bring you up to level 2. That was level 1. Level 2 is simply pulling yourself through the range of motion in a smooth way. I go a little bit faster because I'm at this level. For you guys, go slow. There's no reason to injure yourself in just this type of environment. Save that for the randori if you have to. We're going to move from one side to the other. And you'll notice that I'm actually turning my hip into it slightly. So my hips turn and rock into the stretch. And I'm pulling myself, for an added bonus, hands out, through the range of motion. Okay? Hands here. Pulling yourself through the range of motion, even if it's here. That's fine. Pulling yourself through the range of motion. Don't bounce. It's different. I'm pulling. It's a controlled way. The next thing I want to show you, a little bit more ballistic. This is your next level above that. I'm giving you a lot of material very, very quickly. This time, you're actually going to pull yourself through ballistically. As you do this, you're actually building the strength of your muscle closer to your tendon. Let me be clear. You will not grow your muscle closer to the tendon. That's predetermined by your genetics. But what you will do is strengthen the muscle closer to the tendon, which allows you for that, not just a wet noodle, but to be able to pull your kicks through in that elongated state. That builds a lot of power and explosiveness. So again, I like to keep my hands up and cross. I can do same side. It's easy. I want the torso to be able to move. Here, here, here. You can breathe. This can also be an exercise in and of itself. The next level above this, we're actually doing it on a wall. Here, I'll show you. I'm going to give you a lot of really cool tips and tricks on how to get not just flexibility, but power in your range of motion. What I like to do is to put my leg on the wall at a place where you're stable. For some people, stability will happen down here. It's fine to start with. I have no problems with that. This is where a lot of my white belt students will also begin as they progress through the ranks, and we do this more often as extracurricular work. will move up the wall. Now here's the secret sauce. Anybody can just chill here with the foot up. Not that difficult. The challenge begins when you try to canter the hip around. That's your level 1. Being able to hold it, a whole new level. Being able to create range of motion in this, again, a whole new level. Go slow at first, going all the way from one foot to the other. I like the cross pattern again. So I'll stay in this pattern, reach out and touch. Reach out and touch. You don't have to go as fast as I do. But what this does is it allows you to pull through and build up that strength in the elongated pose. Dietary supplements. This is not recommended or tested through the Food and Drug Administration, and I'm not a doctor. I just play one on YouTube. So with that said, do your own research. I find that calcium and magnesium, if you're older and feel that you're deficient in any type of vitamin or mineral, do a little bit of research on calcium and magnesium. Again, do your own homework. I'm not a big supplement guru or guy. I would say to try to get your nutrients through your foods as best as you can. Natural is always better. But if you need to do supplements, do yourself a favor and look into calcium and magnesium. These will help you with your range of motion and getting that rust off the old muscles.